I still got gunk in my eyes. Welcome to daily walking number 4. I've finally done it. I'm up early in the morning. Got up at 6:30. It's about 6:45 now. I've been walking for a little bit. Got up, brushed my teeth, put my clothes on, put my shoes on, and got out the door. So now I'm walking. I'm going to try to walk for about an hour. I don't know exactly what route I'm going to take. Like I said before, I live in the city, so it's a matter of just kind of getting out and walking a few blocks one way, walking a few blocks another way, and then, you're kind of halfway there. Or maybe I'll figure it out by just walk for a half hour and then turn around. Something like that. And hopefully that'll get me somewhere in the neighborhood of, 35-40% of the way there. Because during the day, I'm going to need to get up and move around and do this and that. And I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I just woke up, so. But I think I'm going to do a minor wrap up here. I'm only at a minute and a half. And if something occurs to me while I'm walking, I'll come back. Okay, folks, it's been about 20 minutes. So I'm about a third of the way through my hour. And I've pretty much decided that, I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to just keep walking in a straight line for a little bit longer, at least till the next light. And then I'm going to turn, and I'm going to go north or south. But ultimately, it's kind of like you got to settle into a pattern of where you're going. Maybe change it up every so often. I haven't taken this particular route. So I'm just going to keep walking to the next light, see how much time has passed or how many steps I've done, and make a turn. And then the next turn I make will be essentially turning back, and we'll see how far that takes me. Okay, so it's a little after 7:10-ish, and I've made it halfway in terms of walk time. I'm at just about 3,000 steps, and I've turned. This is a street I'm not used to. This is something about getting out and walking in the morning or in the evening. Sometimes you can take a little bit different route. A little bit. You don't want to go completely crazy and get lost, but you can go a little bit different route and discover other parts of your neighborhood. Like, I went a little further than I've ever walked in one particular direction. I went one more block, and there's an elementary school here. I didn't realize. I've passed it a few times in the car, but it just kind of, unless you turn down this street, it's not totally obvious. So, anyway, that's the halfway point. I think I'm going to try and walk down this block and hope that it's not like a one-way situation where I got to turn back around and go back the way I came. But we'll go down to the end of this block, we'll turn, and we'll start heading for home. Well, what do you know? It's only been a few minutes, and I find myself at the next street to the south. Just to sort of give you an idea, I've been walking west, and I'm very familiar with the street that's one south of where I live. I don't know that I've ever actually been up along this block before, ever. But it's just kind of interesting. It took me very little time to get from the street I was on down to this street. Make the turn, I'm headed back. But I think it's kind of like the streets are closer together where I am now than where I'm headed back home. So I am now walking east, and I see some stuff that's familiar, areas that I've passed before in the car, but this particular block I have not been down. So it's an adventure. If you make your morning walk an adventure, or your evening walk for that matter, it actually kind of takes your mind off the fact that you're walking. I've also discovered that if you're a fan of podcasts, you might find a podcast to last about the same amount of time that you're walking, and listen to that while you're out walking. This is similar, but this is only a 5-minute, so a 5-minute walk really isn't going to benefit you. And I'm probably up against my 5 minutes. I've done this in several pieces. So with that, I think we'll wrap it up. And it's turning into an interesting morning. We'll see what tomorrow morning brings. Thanks for listening.